Hello everyone, the 2017 South Florida Open presented by Dynamic Disc rolls into Saturday for round number 2, where we move to Commons Park with a fivesome, including your leader Chris Dickerson, along with Coby Guice, Nicholas Masters, Thunder Schultz, and of course from DD, Zach Melton. It's the last PDGA A-Tier of the year. Let's get to it. Chris Dickerson opened up as your leader on Friday's solo round that took place. Now we're moving over to Commons Park. We're going to find water coming into play quite a bit more. However, like Friday afternoon's round, this is going to be very calm. Keeping it out of the water is key. Many holes will be reachable out here. We're looking for a lot of birdies. Coby has told me of a 18-stroke swing that took place out on this course a few months ago due to the winds and weather conditions. I don't expect that kind of swing out here now because it is dead calm as they play around the water. Now we're with Thunder Schultz. He's fourth to tee on this 414-foot par 3. He hangs it way out over the water and comes up just short of the pin on the peninsula. Zach Melton, the lefty, we'll see how he handles all of these holes which feature water to the right as we curve around this lake.
Already got work first hole.
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. I think Chris Dickerson's wife, Brittany, possibly. Somebody's working him. Gives that one a run. However, it's going to be short. Chris Dickerson, as we know, very methodical putter and very consistent player. Nicholas Masters with the putt, also not converting, so we're 0 for 3. Thunder Schultz puts himself on the board with a birdie. It's Saturday morning, about 9:30. And again, this is your lead card after they played one round from the white tees over at Okehili Park. They'll be playing a round this morning here at Commons Park, and this afternoon another round here at Commons Park. So back-to-back rounds on the exact same course and layout during this Saturday. And Coby Guice, the second birdie on the card. Going on to hole number 2 at Commons Park. So as you can see, very tight as the scores show from the opening round, and then a pair of birdies there on hole number 1 make things even closer. Birdies by both Coby Guice and Thunder Schultz. I believe we have 4 different manufacturers represented on this 5-man card. And a mistake there by Dickerson. Nicholas opts for the forehand, but that looks to be a little low. Not sure there's enough air underneath it. This looks like a solid run by Melton, going right at the pin, but just a bit short.
Way short, dude. Not even a 10.
He jokes that he's way short. And after Dickerson had a very poor drive, he makes up for it with a great approach there. Nicholas Masters from short and left. You see that there is a little bit of a headwind. I'm surprised the flag's even moving that much at this point. Wow, from way downtown. No problem for Thunder Schultz. Thunder, a previous junior world champion, I believe from 2014. And you may have seen his brother not too long ago, Silas Schultz. Also covered and featured on Smashbox and the Disc Golf Guy. as he was one of the finalists going into the final few holes at the Next Generation Tour at the end of 2017. As a couple guys clear out. Coby and Nicholas, they should take a look at that flag for how they're going to throw the next tee on hole 3. And now they're throwing perpendicular to what we just saw on the previous hole. So the wind, the little that there is somewhat at their back. And Thunder goes up and over. Thunder's moved to 13 under par. Dickerson with a slow start, first 2 holes. And about 350 feet here, perched on top of that mound. I think you have to worry about all those things and the yipping dog the whole time. As the players get closer to the pin, the dog gets a little bit more agitated. Nicholas hails out of Florida, sponsored by New World Disc Golf. Not quite enough for Thunder. It was a good-looking run. Thunder opens getting 2 out of his first 3. And Melton recognized that the dog stopped barking just so he could get his putt off.
How big is this pond?
And Nicholas thanks the dog for waiting as well. Coby, not much left to clean up for the birdie. And Dickerson, CTP, closest to the pin. Easy birdie. Not too bad. We've got 4 birdies and what looks like a par out of Thunder Schultz on hole number 3. We're going to move on to one of the few, if not only, par 4s in hole number 4. At 501 feet, this one sets up a little bit nicer there for Zach Melton to go out and around to that left side. A really bad shank might find you over by the backyards. Or unfortunately, a bad tee shot might find you hitting one of the early trees directly in front of you. And a bomb there by Chris Dickerson. Not sure my camera work can do that justice, just how far he threw. We'll have to see if Nicholas can recover from that. Can't be more than 100 feet off the tee here on this par 4. Thunder's going to set up for a roller. I worry about the grass being a little too long here, but more importantly, I worry about seeing the disc at almost any point during that roll. It's out there. It's a really good shot. A little bit left. And with Nicholas being pinched up against that tree, he just doesn't have a good angle at it other than a standstill with his back to it with more than 400 feet to throw. That's not a recipe for success usually, but that looks like he did the best he could with it. You see him throwing his 3rd shot just in front of the basket. Melton asking for it to drop, and Thunder finds himself way over on that left side. And last to approach is this huge crush by Dickerson. He's able to give it a good look. He's got a tap in there, really just to take his birdie on this par 4 as Coby releases a little bit low. Glad you could join us. This is a Joyride production, as in Pat Duncan putting on the tournament. South Florida Open presented by Dynamic Disc. Myself and Seth Fenley had the pleasure of traveling down to the tournament, recording the 4 rounds. Hope that you guys are enjoying it thus far. 2 rounds at Okeechobee and 2 rounds at Commons Park. Those 2 taking place here on this Saturday.
That's how mine was. You know why that upshot took me a second? I had to wait. Make sure it wasn't a mistake. It was good.
Sounds like Zach's got some intestinal issues. And Zach with the birdie and the box. 357 feet out to a peninsula, which doesn't necessarily favor a left-handed player. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. And he finds himself OB. Chris is able to go out over the water the entire way, but it's coming back toward the fatter part of the inbounds area. And what looks to be a similar shot is Thunder's. Coby says you gotta work, and I think a headbanger there will work just fine. And it doesn't look like Nicholas puts enough on this. It does clear the water. He's going to be in bounds, but it just didn't look like he is fully committed to that. Not much wind.
Oh, sit down. Oh, I see.
Just a bit much there. And Zach saves the par after going OB. That's a solid pickup. Let's not give away the extra stroke. And Dickerson, who didn't look that close from the tee, had no problem converting for the birdie 2. Now Nicholas doesn't want to turn this into a nightmare hole as he stares that one down. He's going to walk away with the bogey. We got a hero out there. He came along to spectate, just wanted to take in all the action, and he finds himself helping out. We'll see if we can retrieve a disc or 2.
Should be almost there. Maybe a little shorter. Come back to your leg. Right there.
Got it.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. How's it feel?
Buy that guy a beer.
It's cool for South Florida.
Hole number 6, 309 feet, and guess what? There is water to the right, a little bit of OB on that left side as well. And it looks as if Dickerson has found it. This is a narrow fairway. Thunder sticks the landing. That's just about as good of a shot as you could ask for. Coby's going to go out into the left side, flirt with the left side OB, and then try and bring it back toward the pin. Executed almost perfectly.
Oh no. What are you doing?
And Zach's got room to work with. And finds the OB again, this time down by the water's edge. Nonchalant Nicholas, we'll call him, goes out and around. Solid putt. That's a birdie for Thunder Schultz. These guys seem to be having a good time out here. It's pushing about 10:30 or so on a Saturday morning. It's mid-December, 2017. Very light winds. Humidity is low. We're just west of the west side of West Palm Beach. Nicholas stares it down. He's going to card the birdie too. And that's back-to-back holes for Melton, going OB, but then saving the par. Might have got away with one there. That was left side for Melton, left corner pocket. Or correction, left side for Guice.
Good putt.
And that's to save the par.
Good three, man.
408 feet, water on the right, and somewhat of a peninsula green. I don't know if you're sensing a pattern here. Looks to be a great shot there by Guice. And I thought Nicholas was going to go higher, wider with the hyzer. Faked me out a little on the camera. Instead, that's very safe on that left side. Dickerson's so compact, but yet so quick with that follow-through. He just explodes when he's throwing a drive. For a guy of not very tall stature, he certainly throws like he's much taller. And Thunder also. It's like these guys are scared. And Melton, he can't be too aggressive here. This plays downhill to the water, to a peninsula green. He's got to be happy. We got Dickerson ultimately laying up.
You got a lot of room back there, Zach.
Little gamesmanship. I think he's trying to entice him, trying to convince him that he should be running at that. Melton gives it a half run. He was saying that that's the worst spot to be. He wasn't really in a obvious layup area or an obvious go at it. He was in that gray zone, and he gave it a half run. And very quickly, both Nicholas Masters and Thunder Schultz opt for the layup. And Coby's just a bit closer, so he's going to capitalize. They still dab? They do that? They still do that? Okay. Whatever you say, Coby.
You good, Thunder?
Yeah.
They confirm.
Yeah.
It's a great note there. Thunder says, if you guys want to come check it out, you want to confirm that I'm in fact inbounds. And I say, no, we know you're good, but if it's ever questionable, absolutely have someone else in your group come take a look so that they can confirm that you were inbounds. Pro move there by Thunder. Beautiful. Hole 7. Just one birdie given up. And with the previous birdie, Coby pulls into a tie for the lead, sitting at 16 under par. Basket. Straight out, someone on a peninsula with OB on your right side. Again, sensing a pattern here. The autofocus here on the rented camera gave me a few challenges throughout the weekend. Certainly would love to hear some feedback, what you guys think of the camera. Maybe even the camera work. There again, it goes out of focus as it gets lost in the blue sky. He'll have a putt. Looking to make a very sizable investment moving into 2017. Possibly a couple of new cameras and some upgraded graphics. So the times that we're not at an event doing live coverage, I want the Disc Golf Guy coverage to step it up a few levels in 2018. And one of my favorite frame shots here of the weekend. Would have been even better if he made it. And that looked good the whole way. I think Nicholas thought it was in. I certainly did. But just a bit short. And Coby with the hip thrust. I don't know if that willed it in or scared it away from him to then go in, but a little body English. Solid putt by Thunder Schultz. He's going to card a birdie as well. Dickerson maintaining a share of that lead. They're playing 19 holes per round out here today.
I'm serious. Just thinking about it. You have a really bad day. All of a sudden, someone's behind you after back shot and point.
The conversations that take place, sometimes they baffle me. Wave to the fans. With both Coby and Dickerson sitting at 17 under. Now, in this case, the path is not out of bounds. That's just going to be going to result in a bad shot. But the path is not OB. There's water to your right. And at 342 feet, there's a couple of different ways to go about it. We saw Coby with the forehand. You can go high hyzer. I don't think anyone's going to go straight up the middle. That doesn't seem like a logical shot. That high hyzer route seems to be preferred by the righty backhanders. And Zach Melton, of course, will have a slightly different look, or he may go with a forehand flick. He's going to play it safe, go over the inbounds territory the entire way. That's got to catch edge, so it skips for him. Just not enough. Coby doesn't even think about it. He knows the only thing he can be doing from that particular spot is laying up. He's got to be happy with a 3. As Thunder gives it a great run. Looks to be about 50 feet. Zach knows he needs to get things going here, so he's going to give that a run, but it's going to come up just a bit short. Easy peasy. Nicholas taking the birdie. Chris Dickerson can pull back out into the lead. Sole possession, and he's going to do just that. And relatively boring for the rest of the crew. Oh, those guys. Always playing around. .381 feet. This will be the final hole of this front half of the round. I'll leave the back 9 for you. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here at the South Florida Open. Autofocus. Trying to get it dialed in. It's tough to tell exactly where the OB is on this hole. However, if you don't get far enough left, you may find yourself out of bounds. The hole is protected by a tree that is, or a set of trees that's in front of the basket, then also some trees that are behind the basket. And we haven't seen much of it, but a beautiful forehand there by Zach Melton. Everybody's impressed. Thunder really moved around a number of times, trying to find the best way to possibly still get the 2 there, but just not enough angle.
Yeah, Joby. Thanks, bud. Good putt, Colby.
Everybody's got a nickname for old
I hate y'all.
Coby.
Is it me or Chris? Oh, Chris, you're definitely out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
To maintain that One stroke advantage. He takes the birdie. Yet another plane flying overhead. It's been great having you guys. Hope you're enjoying the action. Again, this is the South Florida Open, presented by Dynamic Disc. Pat Duncan at the controls. So glad you could tune in. The last PDGA A-Tier of 2017. We're looking forward to heading to the back of the second round right here with the Disc Golf Guy.